Okay. Raise your hand if you are on some form of social media. Okay. Now raise your hand if social media has affected you negatively or positively. Okay. Now that we're all on the same page, I'm going to be discussing some pros and cons with you guys regarding social media, reviewing the dislikes and likes about social media, and hopefully to give everyone a better insight of the internet sensation that you guys are actually participating in. So today I actually found some interesting things written by Elise Morrill. She published this on August 2018 and called it The Good of Social Networking. She had talked about the ability to contact anyone at any time. She thought that this was a great, powerful tool that anyone can just connect all around the world. So because people relocate all the time, she thought with this advantage that you would never have to lose friends and family because you would always be able to stay connected like via the internet. Used to, you would just write a letter, you would send your letter off, and then like 3 days later you would receive their letter, and it was like this long process. But now you can just hop on the internet, shoot a text, and get a reply within like 2 minutes. There are perks to social media, and I could go on and on of what those perks are, but there are real helpful perks too. An article called It's Not Bad, written by a man named Agrawal, published March 18, 2018. Social media gives news alerts, and with news alerts, things like Amber Alerts can be put out like really quickly, and then like people don't have to worry about like the cops finding taking like a long time to find things, because when you're standing in a room with someone and you get an Amber Alert, everyone around you gets an Amber Alert, so you don't have to worry about nobody not knowing what's going on. So social media was also good for teen awareness, and because that teens feel connected and are able to have like an opinion of what's going on in the world, and that's really a strong thing for them to grow up having. The next fact was anonymous, and it was published to Procon.com on August 18, 2018. This held useful info for this topic because people overlook jobs that come from the internet. You can actually get a job on the internet. You can sell merchandise and make an annual income and an average income just by sitting in your house all day. Employers can post online, and you can literally like get online, search for a job, and like have an interview that next day and have a job within a week. It's like how fast the process works. It's been working so well for the economy that Facebook said that they added 227 billion, 4.5 million jobs in 2014. Truth is, there are a lot of bad things about social media as well that we don't really talk about. For all of the good stemming from social media, there are things to keep in mind and be aware of. On May 30th, 2015, Caitlin Probst published an article titled 10 Ways Social Media Affects Mental Health. She said that social media is addictive and that 63% of Americans log on Facebook daily. That may not be a big amount to you, but that's actually a really disturbing number, because the fact that all of us have to get on social media daily, that's not like a normal thing. That's not how the world was like planned to be. You're supposed to have like physical and emotional contact with people. Social media affects the confidence of teen girls a lot. A teen girl will get online and she will compare herself to another girl because she may look prettier. And that really like doesn't boost confidence, it just knocks it down. And that's where bullies come in. So cyberbullying is unreal. It's taken over the whole entire social media thing. There was a study and it said that 95% witnessed bullying online, they didn't do anything about it, and 33% were victims, and they were completely helpless in the situation. Restless sleep is a form of another bad thing happening from social media. People think that you can scroll through your phone at night when you can't sleep and watch Netflix, but it actually makes you it wires your brain to stay up a little bit longer. The screen doesn't actually put you to sleep. So social media lacks a lot of things. Such things can be found by an article titled Disadvantages of Social Media. Marilyn Mitchell published this in June 16, 2018. Sometimes while texting, we lack emotional connection talking through social media. It decreases face-to-face communications. Things can easily be taken out of context, so you have to watch your words and like the way you say things. Raise your hand if you get annoyed when people are on their phones at dinner. Okay. People feel like they can't disconnect, so they end up being rude at the dinner table instead. In reality, we should start disconnecting ourselves from phones. The author of this title also said that we should focus more on like personality and like coming together, like when we're actually hanging out with people. Earlier I mentioned a website called procons.com. This website also had articles on the cons of social media. Social media is used a crazy amount of time in schools. Everyone stays connected all day. Some schools use social media as learning tools. They use iPads in the classroom. The reality of letting this happen is this. Teacher-student relationships have skyrocketed in the years. Teachers have started exchanging their phone numbers and like Instagram accounts where the people contact their students outside of school, and that's not legal and that's not how it's supposed to happen, but it is happening. As a parent, you wouldn't know what your student or what your child is doing because you think that they're in the best of hands, but a lot of times their teacher is actually the one that's enabling them to do bad things. So the biggest thing that has been stemming from social media is the fact that cheating on tests, standardized tests. So a couple of years ago, a few girls were actually in trouble and got a complete 0 on their SATs because they actually uploaded pictures of the answers on Twitter during the SAT test, and like a whole entire classroom, like 30 kids, got like a perfect score, and obviously that's not realistic. I went over so many ways that social media affects life, good and bad. The number equals out because there's an equal amount of effects both ways. You can get online and meet your soulmate, or just another bully. One thing stays the same. You're always hiding behind a screen. For some people, this provided comfort to be involved emotionally and not physically. Some would throw it all away to live a simpler life. Either way, you still win or gain something. I hope everyone learned about social media and using it wisely.